Today is the NBA trade deadline. There's been so many trades going on, and we just had to make a video. We weren't planning on it. We were just going to make that NFL season review video that we put out, but we just felt like we had to make a video because there's been so many moves surrounding our favorite team, the Sixers, and just all around in the NBA. So last week, we put out a video on the Knicks and Mavericks trade for Kristaps Porzingis. That was January 31st. That was a big move. We thought that would probably be the biggest move of this trade deadline week, and it might have been, but there have been so many other deals, and we cannot wait to talk about them in this video. So we're just going to go through all the trades. Really, we're just going to say most of them, but for the bigger ones, we're going to discuss them. Today, I'm with Nate, and I'm also with a special guest, Lucas. Lucas is our NBA specialist here at the HPL, so you'll see him around in some other videos as well. How you doing?
Doing great.
You guys ready to discuss these trades? I'm ready to get right into it. So on February 1st, the Thunder traded Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot and cash considerations to the Bulls for a protected 2020 second-round pick. Not much going in there other than TLC is good bench depth
Former
there
process member
for the Bulls. Obviously, can't forget about that. February 4th, Cavs trade Rodney Hood to the Blazers for Nick Stauskas, Wade Baldwin the fourth, and 2 future second-round picks. Lucas, is this a good move for the Cavs?
Yes. It's a good deal for the Cavs, actually. It frees up some cap space, and obviously Rodney Hood is a good bench player, or maybe even a starter, and pretty good.
Good for the Blazers, I think, to pick him up. All right, February 5th. Lakers trade.
I don't want to say that.
I don't want to pronounce that name, but I believe it's Mikhailuak. Lucas? Do you know how to?
I never even heard of him.
I've heard of it before, but I don't really remember how to.
I'm gonna say Mikhailuak.
And a second round pick to the Pistons for Reggie Bullock.
It's not bad.
It's not a bad trade for the Lakers at all. So how do you? But that's not. It's not one of the bigger deals. The next day. This is yesterday.
It gives them more 3-point shooting, and the Lakers really needed that.
It does.
Yeah.
Reggie Bullock's a nice player.
Mm-hmm. So then, yesterday comes, and this trade went down February 6th, but it was in the late hours of February 5th in LA. Clippers trade Tobias Harris, Boban Marjanovic, and Mike Scott to the Sixers for Landry Shamet, Wilson Chandler, Mike Muscala, a 2020 first-round pick, a 2021 unprotected first-round pick via Miami, and 2 second-round picks via Detroit. This is a huge trade. I mean, the Sixers get Tobias Harris. He could have been an all-star this year. He wasn't. And that it gives you a big four, and it gives you one of the best starting lineups in the NBA. I mean, what do you guys think about this trade?
So when we traded Jimmy Butler, we lost 2 of our key guys, and it really hurt, and we needed a good power forward to start, and I feel like Tobias Harris really replaces Dario, and we needed just another good role player. That's what we needed.
Well, Tobias Harris is not a role player.
I know, but we needed just another guy after we traded 2 of our good guys to get Jimmy Butler, obviously, and that I feel like that's going to help us a lot.
Nate?
I mean, yeah, at first I was conflicted because I was too attached to Landry Shamet. I think he's going to be a future star, but that's besides the point. We're clearly in win-now mode. Going to try to re-sign, get Simmons his max. Tobias Harris going to get a max. Jimmy Butler, hopefully he's going to get a max. It's a lot of money. But, if the Sixers can get some good vets on the bench, which they have, we'll talk about that later, they can really be championship, in the title talks.
Can they, though?
Yeah. Yes.
We're going to be talking about some trades later, and it
because
makes me a little scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think they can be.
But yes,
a lot of the teams now can't double Embiid now because of
this is true.
Tobias Harris.
This is true.
Oh, I mean, okay.
But
anyway, and you give up the Miami pick. I think that also hurt me a little bit because I don't know. I like having picks.
Yeah.
But oh well. What are you gonna do about it? Also yesterday, Wizards trade Otto Porter Jr. to the Bulls for Jabari Parker, Bobby Portis, and 2023 second-round pick. I know a Bulls fan, and he wasn't too happy about this trade, actually. He's a big Bobby Portis fan, and was not happy that they traded him away. However, was very happy that they traded Jabari Parker away. Jabari Parker was an awful signing for the Bulls, and you know what? You get Otto Porter, and I feel like they're going to be a better team now. Which I don't know if that's what they want, honestly, because they're trying to get Zion. But I think this is a pretty big trade, honestly. You know, it's not a huge trade, but it kind of changes the way you look at those teams. Because Otto Porter's a pretty good player.
I mean, it's a nice trade.
This will give the Wizards a little bit more key guys to like make the playoffs. Not necessarily key, but like Bobby Portis is pretty good. Like
yeah, and Jabari Parker's not though.
I know, but Bobby Portis is pretty good.
You do know they don't have John Wall, right? Like they're not making the playoffs.
I know,
I'm sorry.
I know they're the 10 seed now.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're close. Whatever. But they also made another deal yesterday. They traded Markieff Morris to the Pelicans for Wesley Johnson and a 2023 second-round pick.
Yeah, I mean, if this doesn't show the Wizards are in blow-up mode, then I don't know what does. I mean, it's a shame John Wall's hurt, because they probably would have traded him.
Hurt his Achilles, too.
Yeah.
And you know what that says to me? It says he fell at home.
That's BS.
I don't believe that for a second. He was doing something he was not supposed to be doing. 100%. And they've had to put that out. You know, I don't know what it was. Maybe he was doing some athletic activity he wasn't supposed to be doing because he's hurt already or something. Maybe he was out, like, on vacation. Or he wouldn't be on vacation, but he was doing something, okay? And they put that out instead.
I don't know why the Wizards wouldn't trade John Wall. Like,
yeah.
Because
I don't understand.
I don't think anyone wants him right now.
True.
I mean,
a few years ago,
I'd say more.
People were saying John Wall is a top 3 point guard in the NBA.
No, he is
like
not.
3 years ago.
And maybe 3 years ago. But
I don't know. Anyway, next trade. This one was kind of an interesting one, and it brings up a debate about what the NBA should do. Mavericks trade Harrison Barnes to the Kings for Justin Jackson and Zach Randolph. Look, my man Harrison Barnes was sitting on the bench when he got traded.
Yeah, that's messed up. You don't.
I mean, and it brings up a point. Should the NBA not allow trades to be announced until after games are over, or announce them before they start? Because I think I'm 100% for that. It's just, there's something about seeing someone when you know they're traded and they're sitting on the bench or they're in a game, and it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man. I don't know. I just don't think that should be allowed.
I think that's a horrible trade for the Mavericks. Like, Zach Randolph is
Zach
really
Randolph,
old.
He's going to get bought out. I've been hearing that.
He's really old, and Justin Jackson, wasn't that him? Other guy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't proven himself in the NBA, and Harrison Barnes was doing great.
Well, I think I don't know
They were doing like great with him, and they could have made the playoffs. Like, could have like an 8 seed.
I mean, I don't know what Harrison Barnes' contract was like, but maybe Porzingis isn't coming back this year anyway, and they would need Porzingis with Doncic and Harrison Barnes to even do anything.
Yeah.
So I see why they traded him. Maybe they want to try to sign somebody else for long term, but I don't know.
All right. Next trade. It's a 3-team deal, and we see Nick Stauskas on the move again. He had just been traded to the Cavs, I believe, like 3 days before. And so now the Rockets receive Iman Shumpert and Nick Stauskas along with Wade Baldwin. The Kings will receive Alec Burks And the Cavs will receive Brandon Knight, Marquise Chris, and a lottery-protected 2019 first-round pick. So it's our first 3-team trade of the lottery period. The trade deadline period. And it's not a huge trade, but Rockets get Amon Shumpert, Nick Stauskas gets and Wade Baldwin. It's just bench depth for the Rockets, really. And Cavs get a pick. Really. And Chris isn't awful either. Marquise Chris and Brandon Knight as well. Not too much with that trade. Next trade. Heat trade Tyler Johnson and Wayne Ellington to the Suns for Ryan Anderson. And I tell you this, Heat fans, you can finally rejoice.
I know they're loving
They were
it.
so happy when they traded Tyler Johnson. That was.
Hey, the Suns needed a point. The Suns needed a point guard, so they got one. And
Wayne Ellington will get bought out. I heard he won't be a Sun. So
I think the Sixers should actually pick him up in the buyout.
He wants to go to LA.
Of course.
That's what I've heard. He wants to go to LA. But
Yes.
I don't know if that's true. So we'll see what happens with that. Pistons and Bucks just make a swap. Stanley Johnson and Thon Maker. This is a good trade, I think. 2 former lottery picks who just weren't doing great in their environment, and they get a change of scenery now, and I think will actually benefit both of them.
Yeah. Nothing much
next.
to say, really.
There's nothing much to say. This one also nothing to say. Raptors trade Malachi Richardson, a 2022 second-round pick, and the draft rights to Amir Prelzic to the Sixers for cash considerations. I mean, I don't know how much cash it is, but hey, Sixers, just take it. Why not? Malachi Richardson was actually cut today. So, yeah.
Yikes.
And then today, Rockets trade James Ennis to the Sixers for swap rights to a 2021 second-round pick, and this is who Malachi Richardson was cut for, to make space for James Ennis again. Nothing much here. Pelicans trade Nikola Mirotic to the Bucks for Jason Smith, Stanley Johnson, and multiple second-round picks. What a trade for the Bucks! Honestly, what a trade for the Bucks. I mean, this gives them a great. This has to increase their odds of making it to the finals, because Nikola Mirotic, he's not a star player, but he's a really good power forward / center.
3-point shooting. Yeah, the Bucks needed a backup power forward, but Ersan Ilyasova had the backup power forward minutes, and
why not just start Mirotic?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Giannis is starting at power forward, so wouldn't really make sense.
Mirotic at center?
Brook Lopez is starting at center, so.
Well, Giannis can play any position,
Yeah,
honestly.
Giannis,
come
honestly,
on.
could be like a Ben Simmons point guard.
Honestly.
Might as well.
Yeah. So that's good for the Bucks, and it just makes the Eastern Conference that much stronger. Hey, Nick Stauskas, I hate to do this to you, man, but you were traded again. Rockets trade Nick Stauskas, Wade Baldwin, and a second-round pick to the Pacers, and I guess Pacers did not get much in return, or did not give much back, because it's not even listed what they gave back. So, Nick Stauskas, you went from the Blazers, Trailblazers, to the Cavs, or no? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
to the
my!
Rockets and
to the
Pacers.
Rockets, to the Pacers, my man. Former process player.
Getting treated like it.
It's a rough couple days for you. He's getting treated like it for Sam Hinkie. Be a GM. Pick up Nick Stauskas. That'd be great. Can you imagine if Sam Hinkie is a GM again, and he just gets all the former process players again?
NBA would not. Adam Silver would not be having
Dude,
that.
that'd be so funny.
Hey, Elton Brand has been doing, just to shout out Elton Brand, he's been doing so good.
My man, shout out to Elton Brand.
He's gonna be watching this, so.
Oh, of course.
Elton Brand has been doing at least he got 2 All-Stars this year, and last year we got none.
True.
In trades.
You're right. But we had more assets this year. But at the same time, Colangelo was awful. So there's that. Shout out to Brian. Let's see here. Grizzlies trade. This is a big one. Marcus Gasol to the Raptors for Jonas Valanciunas, DeLon Wright, CJ Miles, and a 2024 second-round pick. There's a lot of second-round picks being thrown around in this trade deadline.
Yeah, there is.
But Marc Gasol to the Grizzlies. Yeah, you give up Valanciunas, but come on. The East got better again. This is a big pickup for the Raptors, and honestly, it's not an awful return for the Grizzlies either.
No.
Jonas Valanciunas is actually very good. Look at his game against the Sixers. He put up 20-something.
Yeah, and Marc Gasol.
I saw him play. He did nothing.
He's a good player, though. He's a really good player, and he will help.
He's getting old. Old.
He'll help that Raptors team for sure. And then Grizzlies make another trade. They trade Garrett Temple and JaMychal Green to the Clippers for Avery Bradley as well.
Ooh, that's a good trade.
Good deal.
I mean, the Clippers are just destroying their team.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to get that 8 spot. I feel like what's the point of being mediocre, getting an 8 seed, and getting tossed in the first round?
This is true.
So you gotta do that sometimes. Clippers trade Mike Muscala to the Lakers for Michael Beasley and Yves Zubac. I don't even know how to say his first name.
Zubac.
Well, okay. So Mike Muscala traded to the Clippers, and then you're going to the Lakers. You don't have to go too far, at least.
Yeah. You don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, you really don't. A little different training facilities, but still. So that's another trade. Kings trade Scal Labissiere. I believe that's how you pronounce the name, Labissiere. Yeah.
Labissiere.
Correct.
Scal Labissiere.
I forgot how to say it. So the Blazers for Caleb Swanigan. I remember Caleb Swanigan. I believe he played for Purdue. He was a good player in college.
I would assume.
That's not great when you when all you remember of a player is how good they were in college.
A lot of these trades are just bench depth.
Yeah, they really are. Grizzlies trade Sheldon Mack to the Hawks for Tyler Dorsey. Just kind of another swap there.
Hey, Sheldon Mack is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Remember we went to the Sixers game? He was balling.
He's balling. Yeah. I mean, he actually was. But still. And then there's this. Sixers trade Markelle Fultz to the Magic for Jonathan Simmons, a 2019 protected first-round pick via the Thunder, which, if you don't remember, the Sixers originally actually had that in the Thunder trade. I believe, who was that? Oh, I forget his name all of a sudden. But yeah. And a 2019 second-round pick via the Cavs. Well,
we got Jonathan Simmons.
Markelle Fultz, it's over. I mean,
the
saga is over. All the drama and, is he hurt? Corazon shot. I mean, it's over. And part of me is kind of sad.
I feel good for Markelle. He doesn't have any pressure over him now.
That is true. But at the same time, I wanted so badly for Markelle to just become a great player for the Sixers.
We saw snippets of it.
We saw flashes. His triple-double last. And people were dissing him this year for not being able to shoot free throws. But when he was playing, he wasn't playing bad. No. He was a good distributor. He was playing well. And then, I mean, it's people call him one of the biggest busts of all time, but I don't think you can say that. Is it one of the worst trades for the Sixers to trade up for that number 1 pick? Yeah, it probably was. But, I mean,
YOLO.
In hindsight, it's an awful trade, but I would have done the same thing.
At the time, we were all hyped.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's tough to see him go, but at the same time, it was a necessary move. And you get Jonathan Simmons, some bench depth, and you get a protected first-round pick via the Thunder. And
basically another first-round pick with the Cavs' second-round pick. That's basically a first round.
Yeah, I mean, you can call it that. But I don't want to say this.
It's going to be the 27th pick or something. Thunder pretty good.
I'm always trying to, I feel like I'm still in the process. I'm always trying to think about picks. So now that we have this Thunder pick and we have our pick, I want to package them together to move up in the draft. But that is such a
I mean, that happens all the time
thing.
Anyway. We'll see.
I know, but I want to do it anyway. Yeah. And then 2 small trades just to wrap it up. Celtics trade Jabari Bird to the Hawks for cash. And the Raptors trade Greg Monroe to the Nets for a second-round pick. So, that I think it's been a pretty good trade deadline. There hasn't been there've been huge trades, but there hasn't been like that superstar being traded. But it kind of compensated for it with there being just so many and a lot of decent trades, like a lot of names that trades and a lot of guys on the. And really, I feel like I'd rather have a lot of moves than one big move. I feel like it's more fun, and it's more fun for the NBA fans and the NBA in total. So that is gonna be it for this video. From you two, any last
Yes,
I
have
trust
one.
the process.
Mike Conley should have been traded.
Mike Conley's way overrated.
Should have been traded.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with him in his future in Memphis. I don't think it's gonna last for much.
Oh, and also if Tobias Harris leaves in free agency, that is a horrible trade for the Sixers.
Well, you could say the same thing about Jimmy Butler. So
I know, but still. And can I give a shout out to somebody?
Go for it.
We'll see.
Go for it.
Go subscribe to Sports Talk with Bro.
Okay, now.
Okay, so that will wrap up this video. We'll have some other videos. Primarily, there'll be a lot of NFL videos, but check out. There'll also be some NBA ones, some Sixers. I'm sure there'll be game reactions when there's just one game that we're like, oh, we have to do something for that right now. Probably a loss because I mean we usually do game reactions after the Sixers lose because so mad about stuff. And then also there also might be some Philly stuff out. But really, right now, I just want to say, JT Real Muto to the Phillies. I love it. I love it. I know you got to give up Sixto for it, but I think it's a great move. You have one of the best catchers in the MLB on your team now, maybe even the best. And Bryce Harper is pretty good friends with JT, and I think that might lead him to come to Philadelphia. It won't be the only reason for it, but it's a huge one to look forward to and pay attention to. So that will be it for this video. Make sure to pay attention to upcoming videos, and yeah, see you later.